Hi, welcome to A Punk with Toys. My name is Lawrence, and today we're going to take a look at two Masters of the Universe figures, and that is Anti-Eternian He-Man and the new Clawful. As you can see, these are in the package. As I'm pointing, these are in the package. I said I'm going to start showing you stuff in the package, then I'll open it up and I'll finish the review. I'm not going to do an unboxing because no one really wants to watch someone open up a toy and see how they open it, because I do try and save my backing and everything. But this is the first one that I will get to compare a Master Universe figure to a Clawful. Now this is not the original Clawful. This is one that came out in, I think, late 90s. But I believe it's the exact same mold as the original. So we'll be able to take a look at them, compare them. You can see what the difference is. There is a slight difference, but clearly, as we all know how the Master Universe Origins line looks, they're very similar to what we had in the 80s. So anyway, quickly, I do want to point out, if you look in the back here, they did change the way they package their weapons. And so now you can actually see their weapons. It looks like they're crossed in underneath there. In the actual packaging. I won't know until I open it. Anti-Eternian He-Man is actually a perfect example. You can see his sword and the axe and the shield. So it's all staged there, which is nice because the way they were done before is they were wrapped in plastic and with tape. And that's how I do remember them, even in the 80s, because they were very frustrating to open, especially as a kid. As an adult, I know how to use a razor blade and you just kind of slice it, or even trying to get scissors and cut it. But as a kid, man, you just struggled to get that open, and you bent the weapons and everything, because if you remember correctly, those things bent pretty easily. So anyway, this is Anti-Eternian He-Man. I know absolutely nothing about him other than he is just painted black, obviously with different highlights. He does look like he is using the newer face sculpt to look at the old, to represent the old He-Man, the one that we've been kind of waiting for. So, on the back here, you have, again, wonderful artwork. I do love it. Just Anti-Eternian He-Man, so I'm assuming everything is bad. Looks really, really cool. And here on the back, you're going to have the actual wave, which is going to be Clawful, the Sun Man, which for some odd reason they're waiting to release. I don't get it. The Horde Trooper. Now, I can't find those on Target.com. I'm assuming because people are trying to get them and they're probably buying them up in bulk to use as a army builder. And then your Anti-Eternian He-Man. So that's how this one looks in the package. And then here we have Clawful. Clawful here. Again, really nice looking really nice looking figure in the packaging. I like the way the weapons are. The blasting rocks on the back, same thing. The cross-out with these figures. And here we have him fighting Tila. So, you get a snippet of who's going to be coming. So, anyway, this is the figures here. So let's open them up. Let's take a look at them. There's not too much to do with Masters of the Universe. We all know how they move, their articulation. There's not much to them, so I don't go over it too much. But we're gonna look at the sculpts, look at how they look. We've seen He-Man. I can post a link to the video if you really want to see. I don't even know if I ever reviewed He-Man. I know I've done a He-Man because there's been a bunch of them. So anyway, let me stop talking. Let's open these and let's take a look at them. Alright, so here we are. We're going to take a look at the figures. I actually didn't pop them out. I did open them up, and I'm going to open them up, snip off the hands. Not the hands, but the strings for the hands. And actually show you guys how everything looks now. And again, I think this looks 10 times better. I love the way that it's packaged. Weapons now just kind of sit right there. The figures are obviously still strapped down. I'm not sure if they need to be strapped down all that much, but maybe it's easier while packaging. So it looks like he has two little clips here to hold them, and he pops right out. Actually really easy, and again, that's how the weapons come. Pretty cool. Way easier to get over the old way. So same here is Clawful. You can see this little weapon back there. Again, I don't even know if he has. But he still has them on his feet for some reason. I'm not sure why they put them on his feet, but again, you get a couple little snips here. These things will pop right off. And again, if you don't even care, you can just cut through the package. Alright, so there's that. And see, his weapon just kind of pops out. I like this. It looks way, way, way better. So quickly, we took a look at the 2-box art, and I like the packaging here. This looks really cool. You know, don't really know too much about Anti-Eternian He-Man, but the little comic does tell something about it. So, and there you have, you know, Clawful fighting Tila. Again, your cross-sell, what figures in this wave, and obviously your He-Man and Skeletor, because they are consistent within the waves, because you want your 2 leaders. So here is our comic, and this introduces Sunman, and it's actually a pretty cool way to introduce Sunman and Anti-Eternian He-Man. So it kind of gives you a quick story, and then it just ends. So that I didn't really fully understand, but it is cool. It does give you a little backstory. I'm not really sure why Skeletor is fighting with the Horde, while the Horde's fighting. I don't know. It was clearly thrown together fairly easily, or fairly quickly. So, well, quickly we'll take a look at Anti-Eternian He-Man, as he is just a repaint of the He-Man we've already got, but with a different face sculpt. This is not the new face sculpt. Well, I'm sorry. This is not the new face sculpt, but this is the new of the new old face sculpt of He-Man. So, again, same articulation. His head seems very wobbly, though. You know, until recently, I haven't had any head issues. And the last He-Man that I just opened, he had a wobbly head, too. It does stay in a way, but you could tell this really would get loose pretty quickly. So anyway, arms move up. Now they have the single joints here, twisting wrists. He does not have a second hand, so he can hold both his weapons. Very disappointing. He does have the little holder on his harness here, so he can hold either his axe or his sword. And again, single joint knees and ankle rocker. So he is going to stand pretty easily. We just come with the full power sword. I like that the original Origins figures came with the half power swords. Really big callback, but I like that they have the full power sword. Way better. So we throw this in here. Let's a little axe on him. Boom. And here we go. And look at that. So, actually looks pretty cool. It went on really nice. And here we have your Anti-Eternian He-Man. So, let's take a look at our Clawful. And I did not bring up his weapon. Let me run down and grab it. Alright, so here we go. Here's our original Clawful. And here's our Origins Clawful. See if I can get them to stand. Okay, so first off, we'll take a look at their weapons. And as you can see, they're like the exact same size, but they made this one bigger than this. And probably because it doesn't fit in his claw very well. It never did. So there you have this one. Again, there's just a few little slight changes, but for the most part, it's the exact same. This one seems to be a little bit more sleeker. This one is bulky. But that's, you know, to be expected. So the question is, does it fit on him better? Well, I guess you can just kind of put it on like this. It's an awful weapon. They really could have. Well, you know what? Let's take that back. Maybe we can pop it on. You know, now that his claw turns, it's not that bad. You can push it on like this. Look at that. Okay. So, my bad with that. And now you can actually put it on there, and since this claw turns, you can move it into certain positions that you want. Alright, so he has the claw mechanism, which opens and closes like the original. It does seem to move in the opposite direction. This one we pull back. For the original, we would pull forward. Okay. Again, all the same articulation, single joints. This is a soft plastic, although it clips together the same as this one did. But anyway, let's look at the two of these side by side. If I can get them up. And I will say this, the first thing that you did notice is that the face is definitely different. I would say the new one looks way more menacing. But you're not gonna look at it and be like, hey, what figure is that? Now, looking here, he does have teeth. They just decided not to paint them where they wanted them black, where the new ones are painted. And his mouth is clearly open a little, where here, it almost looks like he has tusks. But I believe those are his teeth just going up. So, you look at his body here, his body armor. It looks the same, but this is a softer plastic. A lot like the gargoyles or NECA. I like to say gargoyles, but like some of the NECA stuff where it's soft. But it looks like it's nice solid. The claw looks almost identical. Little dots right over here, little bumps. So that looks really cool. I like the way that it looks. I like the way this one, again, I like the way this one handles better. The waist looks very similar. I did notice that the new one, his feet are way bigger. So if we compare them, you can see they're not even on the same scale here, which makes them much easier to stand. I'll tell you, this guy just tends to fall right over. Now, the new ones, you can turn back and forth, which is nice. Where the originals here had that swinging action, so. But, you look at the back here, and you have your scales on the back. Again, the feet are really the only thing that you can see are way different. They're actually not even in the ballpark of what these ones are. You can tell they're different than the regular ones, but I'll tell you what, I like it. I actually really like this figure. And I was never a huge Clawful fan. I don't even know why I bought this one back in the late 90s. But I did. So if you look here, Clawful used to have to just cram this in. The same with Buzz Off and his weapon. So they just kind of sat like this. And I will say, obviously this one looks way better. This is a nice figure. I really do like this. The more I'm sitting here just kind of looking at him, I'm like, I really like Clawful. Pretty cool. And you can have him grabbing, pinching. So yeah, does not stand up. His legs are so loose. But you can have him now pinching another figure. Possibly. Alright. I'm failing at this. Let's wrap it up. Alright. So let me just say this was a mess of a review. I was kind of all over the place. That's really why I don't like doing an unboxing and opening. Because I'm trying to look at the figures while doing it live. And really, I like to look at the figures, see what I like, compare them. If you've watched any of even the old G.I. Joe Classified, where I compare them to the original figures, I hope I do a little better job, but I also research them. I kind of look at them. So I have an idea. And that's what I would have done, but I kind of wanted to show everyone the way they look in the new blister package and how it holds the weapons. Again, way better. It looks way neater on the pegs also. Or will, shall I say. I haven't seen these on the pegs yet. So I didn't forget to mention, these are available at Target online right now. That's how I got them. Along with a few other things that kind of popped up. But, what is it? The Horde Trooper is not available. And I'm assuming that's just because people are buying them up so they can make it a troop builder. Where these ones were available, and last time I checked today, they were still available. So anyway, there is your Clawful, which I really do like. I really wasn't expecting to like this guy. And I want to say this Anti-Eternian He-Man, I didn't care for him, but having him in hand, and I don't know, it seems really nice. It seems really cool. It's kind of like a totally different take on He-Man. So obviously he looks different, although he's the same, but there's something really cool about him. I like the way he stands. I think the way the black accents everything. He has a really sleek feel. Maybe women are right. Maybe black does make you look thinner. Maybe I should start wearing more black shirts so I look a little bit thinner. So anyway, I'm going to wrap it up. I hope you enjoyed it. Follow the channel. Like the video. Give me a thumbs up. And a little heart thing and everything. I don't understand this. I know I got a comment. I can like and heart comments. Isn't that technically the same thing? Who knows? Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Instagram is a Punk with Toys, and happy toy hunting.